did you do?
So I was looking for so we just bought our home, and we had an old kitchen. We had a lot of other stuff in the house that needed to be done, like some minor. Uh, we had a popcorn ceiling. The kitchen was really old, so we were looking for a full remodel. So we wanted a brand new kitchen, and then some minor stuff in the house. So I was I when I was kind of a little frustrated with the overall process, I was trying to uh, search a one-stop solution who would just do the basic scoping process for me, help me through the process a bit, because I also found that with every conversation I had with these general contractors, there were so many things I didn't know about. And also I felt that there got to be so many other options in the Bay Area that I was just not I was just not familiar with. At the same time, we had time constraints. We work in tech, so we couldn't really go all in and spend a lot of time just trying to scope or finalize a contractor. So I was just doing my regular Google search on on finding a one-stop solution where I could get my job done, and that's when I came across Ebuildz. I think it was like the fourth or the fifth option and down the search results, but it looked very uh, very promising, in the sense that this is exactly what I was looking for. That bit of a starting guidance, especially for people like me, on how to get started, with a new project. Yeah, so initially we started off by reaching out to individual contractors, mostly general contractors, and then we got quotes from those guys. But the pricing wasn't really working out because they were super above our budget. They also had very they had no dates available as well in the first 2 or 3 months of when we wanted to move in. So it was a pretty challenging process for us to really find a suitable contractor. It was also very time taking, because with every contractor, we had to show them around the house, show them about the work, and then they would send us a quote. So each time I met a contractor, it would take me about a day or two to just show them around, finalize the scope of work, and then eventually they would come back after a week with the quotes. And so we spent about a good 3 to 4 weeks just trying to find a contractor. So I think initially it was not just the price. I think I liked uh, the ease of just interacting with the people at Ebuildz, with Paul, with Sterling. Just because it's such a well guided process. So when I started off, it was more about trying to see what my options are, and if it is at all possible to get things done within the budget I had. So eventually, I think I was given a lot of options with different contractors at different price points, and I think we chose the best of the lot, both in terms of price and the quality of work being offered. And surprisingly, it was well within our budget that we were looking for to get this job done. So I think the overall process really works, and the team at Ebuildz has the expertise to get your job done, at a very reasonable cost and a timeline. Yeah, I think one of the best things working with Ebuildz is the constant guidance throughout the process. Yeah. So every time I had a question, or if I had to run by an idea with someone, I would just basically call up Paul and run my idea by him, see if I've got the blind spots covered, if I had to do some more research, or if it was up to code. Everything, any questions I had, any help I needed, I think the team was always there to guide me. Also, in terms of understanding what the contractors, I'm not a construction guy, so there's a lot of language and terminology around these projects that I was not very familiar with. So I got that required guidance throughout the process to really understand what's going on in my project, right? And in the end, it kind of worked out pretty nicely. I was able to interact more meaningfully with the contractors, with the plumbers, electricians who came in for different kinds of jobs, and in the end, it kind of made sense. Yeah, I think with the right kind of support and guidance, especially a person like me who has very limited time to devote to things like this, right? It's extremely useful to have someone, have a company like Ebuildz doing. But it's just because of their expertise, right? They have many years of expertise in this area, so it really helps to have someone really guide you. But yes, with Ebuildz support, I think if I could do it, I think anybody else would also be able to do it for sure.